This is video 2 of 24 of Tai Chi postures moving, right? What I mean by that is showing the action itself and the differences in the widths and the heights and how to combine it together to create a moving pattern, right? Just that one piece. So more than likely, 18 of these will be over an individual posture, and then the last 6 will be 2 or 3 postures combined together into small routines like that. So it's a good way to help you to get more efficient at your forms. The goal of these is to take the individual posture and work on it and detail it so that when we go back to our form, we've improved on that movement, right, as a whole. And again, like if you see some of my other videos, with Chang Tai Chi, we're looking at more at things in an auxiliary way, right? Like here's the forms, and whether I'm doing the forms just for health or I'm doing the forms for application, I have these other things like exercises, loosening movements, the Taobao, which are kind of like yoga postures. All of these things are to help me to improve my overall physical ability and with the ability to execute the movements. So that when I go back to my form, I keep improving and enhancing the form by first improving and enhancing me. So the first one, the one we're going to do right now is apparent close. So if you think about grass sparrow's tail, the last 2 movements, there's like a roll back action and then a push or a pressing action, right? Apparent close is, if you're doing a short routine, usually it's at the end of the routine before you do the cross hands, to finish the form. Within the long form, there's 3 sets, and at the end of the sets, there is an apparent close before I do my cross hands to go into the next set or to close to finish the form off. And so this way here, right? And as I mentioned in the other video, or if you're watching some of the stuff that I'm doing with the Chang Tai Chi, there is a middle, or we can say a narrow frame, and then there is a large frame, right? And there's 2 bases, right? When I say where your hips are, I can have a high base, I can even have a low base with a narrow stance, right? So these 2 actions here, I can even have a high base with a wide stance or a low base like this, okay? My recommendation is, as you're learning the stuff, maybe start with a narrow stance, whether you're young or you're older, and then keep trying to sink the hips so that you can really engage this, right? Meaning if you, a lot of, we'll say, other styles of Tai Chi or other different people that we'll say that do Tai Chi, some of them just shift, or they even shift and roll the foot like this, right? And they're using the hips some, right, and the legs some, but they're really not engaging this as much as they possibly could. And we want to do that because we really want to strengthen our core and our legs. That's kind of to me, one of the big things about Tai Chi and how the physical aspect of how it helps to improve somebody's balance, their structure, their ability to go out and do other activities because they're practicing this. So we're more here, right? We would do this and drive out, sink, and drive out, sink, and drive out, instead of just shift and raise the foot, okay? I'm not saying that the other way is wrong. Neither of those 2 aspects. But what I will share with you is that the more that we open this hip and these knees and really activate these muscles, the more we're going to get out of our practice. So if you think here and then out, right? I'm using kind of this narrow stance. And if you look at this too, my elbow and my knees and my hips all work together. It's not this that I'm trying to do, but if you watch the elbow and the knee, see how they go together? If I do it this way, I'm less likely to lose my legs, okay? I really want to combine together, right? So there's the coordination thing, right? And we really want to work on that. We want things to pretty much begin and end together. But if we can look at it a little deeper and think, now, instead of just the hands and feet, let's coordinate the joints, the elbows, the knees, and the hips. And we can keep expanding, so see, everything together, everything out. So I sink and I drive out. I sink and I go out. I sink and I go out. Now, even if I do a deeper stance like this, see, I sink and I go out. Now, if you're 70 and you haven't been doing an activity in a while and you just came to this, you're probably not going to want to do this. You're probably going to want to be up here. But again, let's not make it about the arms or just swaying back and forth, but try your best to engage and go out. And that goes back to the exercises like the squats using the door frame or using a chair and standing up from the chair, or doing it without an extension, right? A chair or a door frame. I want to strengthen this stuff. It's really, really important. The better my legs are, the more ability I have to be able to do activities and maintain that ability to get in my car and go to the store or go for that walk or that hike or go to the park or something. Or go to the store, right? I need to be able to get up and move and be able to be active. And the more that we can maintain our strength and our body's pliability, the more apt we're going to be able to do that. So if I do this as a line drill, right? Yes, it's not really a moving piece in the form, but we're going to make it a moving piece. So we're here, and we go out. We're going to step through and go out. Like that, right? So then as I go to bend, I step, and then I go out. I bend, I step, and I go out. I bend, I step, and I go out. You can do it this way too. You can bend and go out, right? Step, pull, push. Step, pull, push. Remember, again, we're just trying to flow through the action. So doing it this way is perfectly fine. The most important thing that I'm getting out of this is, one, I understand the fundamental body mechanics of the posture, but two, I'm getting this in. And this right here is so good for my body, for the strength and the pliability of it. So again, wide or narrow, high or low, but I want to engage the hips. Now, in Master Chang's Tai Chi, we also have, it's called Tui Fi, right? It's like leg skills. And so we're going to take this move. If you're purely doing this for health, these are still very challenging to do, okay? So instead of me coming here like this, as I pull, I'm going to lift the foot. Lift the foot, hook the foot, and step back out. Point, pull, see? Point, hook, push. Point, hook, push. I can do this, turn the leg this way, or lift it up and go back, right? Like, so even here, right? So as I go to pull, I raise, and I drop back. I pull, I drop back. I pull, I drop back. I pull, I drop back. I can do it forward, right? So I'm here, and as I go to sink back, I lift the foot, I pull the foot, and I set it forward. I lift, right? Lift, pull, push. If I hook it this way, hook, back out. Hook, step it back out. Other leg. Hook, step back out. Hook, step back out. If I turn it this way, right? So hook, I can step forward, or hook, step back. Hook, step back. Hook, step forward. What are those actions doing? If you think about the person's leg, you're either hooking his leg from the backside and pulling him backwards. You're hooking it from this side, making it go backwards. Or you're hooking it and making it go backwards. Okay? So inside of the leg, outside of the leg, and side to side with the person. Why is that important? If you're doing Chang Tai Chi for self-defense, that's a really good move, right? You grab this person's arms, and instead of just grabbing and then pushing them away, you grab and you hook their leg and you trip them and they fall away. So application-wise, it's really good for self-defense. If you're doing it for health, right, to practice these line drills, this is a great movement for balance, and strength in my legs. It's to be able to pick the leg up and move it around and do all of that. That is great. You know, they have those fitness tests, you know, where you have to lift the leg and you're supposed to hold it up for X amount of seconds and what have you. And it's a gauge, right? Well, if I can do these things, I probably have pretty decent balance, and for that matter, dynamic balance. I have to have the strength to which to lift and be on one leg, etc. But just for the baseline, again, it's just here, right? I'm doing a high frame, right? High base, narrow stance, but I'm engaging the hip, right? Step through, engage the hip, engage the hip. Engage the hip. And how will this help me when I do my form? Let's see. Say I'm at the end of the first set, and I'm going to lead into the second set. And there is my apparent close. See? My apparent close. And then I turn to do my cross hands. And step back out. So if I can get my hips stronger and my legs, I'm able to get deeper, and it makes the movement look smoother and more refined, cleaner looking, we'll say. And if I just practice like this, you know, I can do 3 or 4 times as many as I can do in the actual form, and hopefully improve that movement throughout, right? So again, there's the apparent close, but also in the grasp the sparrow's tail, it's the same movement, see? I engage and extend. And I like just doing them like this. I think it's a really good warm-up exercise. And the first video I did over exercises, we did this, we're holding here, and we're in this stance, and then we're falling back, and we're going out, right? So if you feel like you need that, you can use it. And then is it a functional exercise? You don't have to use that. You can just do it if you feel you have the confidence and the balance. But then to practice it as a posture in the form, just do it, right? And again, you do it deeper. And you see my back is in this line, but my posture is straight. My hip is rolled forward, right? So I'm like this. So when I'm doing this, I'm really working my core. The lumbar, the abdominals, the obliques, even the deeper muscles that surround the spine. I'm really working that. But doing this stuff this way again, you're not really getting much out of it. right? And yes, I get the fact that I've been teaching this month 29 years. And I get it when you first start, it's difficult. But we don't want to still be doing this kind of stuff or this kind of stuff 3 months later. What we want to start is when we can, to start activating that hip. It makes all the difference in the world to the performance of the Tai Chi, but also to your health, right? This isn't going to really do much, right? Or this is not really going to do too much to strengthen my legs. But again, here, I'm actively engaging those legs. And so anyway, I hope you liked the video. And like I said, this is like 2 of 24. And they're going to be like this, all of them. Just discuss it, and then they're not. Some of these will be the kicks, and some will be the strike pieces, or the opening, and things like that. So you can get something out of it. But these auxiliary type training of doing your Tai Chi walking, and then couple that with postures. So you pick 3 postures that day, or 5 postures. You do your walking, forward, back, raising the legs, stepping back, stepping forward, turning around, all of that stuff. And then pick you a few postures to do. Do that before you go into your form work. And it'll help to build a foundation. If you couple that also with loosening exercises and the Taobao and even potentially some apparatus, you can really make a really solid home practice for yourself to maintain your health. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. Thank you.